Hi everyone. Thank you all so much for 60,000 subscribers. This is absolutely crazy. I can't believe we're still growing on SAKTK. Absolutely amazing. And today we will be doing a Q&A. I'll be answering some fans' questions. This is going to be a lot of fun and I'm really excited. So I think we should start off with Wendigo guy 1234 asking, do you like Wendigo? Also, this is the first one. He was the first one to comment on the YouTube post. I will say that I did make a community post, but unfortunately a lot of people asked the same questions or just asked multiple, and it just kind of got repetitive, and the clip kind of was messy. So I made a video, and so everyone could re-comment. Wendigo guys asking if I like Wendigo. I love Wendigo. Wendigo is an amazing killer, especially in killer mode. It's probably my favorite place or favorite mode where Wendigo is, because Wendigo can stun. They were the first killer to stun people, and it's just a lot of fun to use Wendigo. I've learned a little neat staircase trick where I can just go up stairwells while charging. Which I totally didn't steal because someone else was doing it, but really fun. I approve of Wendigo, if you were wondering. We got Leslie Amirez. I don't know if I should pronounce all the last names. Asking, what's your favorite food? I would say I'm totally a pizza person, but if there was no me, totally pizza. But I would totally say I'm more of a chicken person or a pizza person, not together, of course. I'm more of a cheese pizza kind of person, but thank you, Leslie. We got, what inspired you to become a SAKTK YouTuber? Big question by Void390. This guy kind of covered an umbrella of a lot of fans' comments. A lot of people asked, what inspired you? What did this? So this is actually a really cool question because there's I could answer this in a few ways. But if you were wondering how I started YouTube, I think I want to just start off there because there are some people who ask why I started YouTube in general, and I want to make sure it covers many avenues as possible. I started it mainly as a nostalgia purpose. I mainly wanted to do it because wow, I want to remember the old days, and it's kind of scary looking back at stuff, obviously. But when I started, I was I just want to record stuff so I remembered stuff. When I was younger, when I was a lot younger, and then it didn't really become a serious thing until 2019, so 4 years ago. So I kind of did YouTube just as funny, hobby, memory kind of thing for a while. But what inspired me to become a SAKTK YouTuber? Well, it was actually the storming event that brought me here. Yeah, guys, you can blame storming for me existing. I was taking YouTube a little more seriously, and I was oh, I'll try to show the storming ending. And the video did well. It was crazy how well the video did. I was oh, I'll do a gun guide for all the gun zones storming because I really like the mode. Of course, I had played SAKTK. Okay, I don't want to get too much into this question, but I had played SAKTK before, so it's not the first time I had, but it was the first time I returned in a long time, so it was really fun, and that's kind of how I got into SAKTK, and I just eventually kept making videos and videos and videos. They all kept doing well and well and well. Of course, they're all blaring NCS music, but that's okay. Right? We got Nando Lopez asking, how was your day today? And I love this question. My day was great today, actually, so this is why I am recording this now, because this is a good day for me. I am a little fried because I had a couple exams, but it was a fun day today. Thank you, Nando Lopez. It's been a rocky past few weeks, I guess you could say, but no, today was a great day, so thank you, Nando Lopez. We got Nawa asking, are you sleep deprived? Currently, I wouldn't say I'm sleep deprived, but sometimes I don't get enough sleep. Sometimes I get too much sleep. It's kind of it's not good. I don't have a great sleeping schedule, if you were wondering, but that's why I post really late, because I end up editing, but I don't want to stop editing. I want to finish. When I start something, I want to finish it, and so that's why you'll see videos come out really quickly, and so stuff like that. So that's a main reason why you see videos out late, is because I don't take the time to have patience and sleep. I know I should, but thank you, not what, for the question. We got Reality Within 2753 asking, what is your motivation to create your channel? There were a couple YouTubers as well that made me start. JD, for instance, was a big one when they were doing MM2 back then. I would totally give them props for me starting 2016, so it was a long time ago. But that's, and there's a couple questions about JD coming soon, but what keeps me motivated is you guys, I would say. Like, you guys actually having an audience. Like, I feel like I need to continue to do this stuff. Like, obviously, because I care also, because it's kind of like I've built this for so long, you know. It's like, why would I stop now? So that's kind of like what's my main driver, I would say. Because like I started this with nothing, and I feel like, you know, everyone does, right? So it's like I don't want to like let people down. I'm a very loyal person, unfortunately and fortunately, because sometimes I have a hard time letting go of things, like YouTube. But at the same time, it's really nice to be able to, like, you know, have that drive and motivation to continue producing videos. So thank you, Reality Within, with a great question. We got Lixt Killer, first video game you ever played. Now, I think it was an old car game. I think it was called Midtown Madness. I think it's a very old game. It's like 1990s, like terrible graphics. It was this car game where you drive around and like you avoid the police. I don't know. It was like it was terrible start, right? Terrible start to video games, like as a little kid. But like it was so fun because like you could like drive around with a bunch of AI and like stuff, and it was just really cool. And like I don't know, like it was a really like it was an exploration kind of game, kind of like SAKTK. I'm not even gonna lie, but like yeah, it was just a really fun game that I played. That was my first game ever. It was a really cool game. I actually miss it. I would return for it, honestly. Like, such a fun game. Are you going to reveal your face? Yes. So, at 100K, I've been saying that I will. So, yes, the plan is at 100K, you guys are going to see it. So that's why you should subscribe. Thank you for the question. We got Jose 570 GGGGG. What's harder in your opinion, Elite Aberration or Elite Kraken? Elite Kraken. He actually thinks Elite Aberration is more difficult. I've realized that if you just spin in circles, Elite Aberration, or Aberration in general, her AI just sucks at predicting. Because well, it doesn't suck at predicting. It tries to aim like a few studs ahead of your character. So if you spin, Aberration's aim is just wildly inaccurate. So that's why I find her more easy. Elite Kraken, I have a hard time dodging though, like for the tentacle attack. That's like the main thing that makes him difficult for me. Everything else is pretty fine. But yeah, no, I would say Elite Kraken, especially since he has a much more difficult time just, you know, taking health off of him too, because you don't have an ammo box to reload off of constantly compared to Aberration. But cool question. We got Dead of Right asking, what made you play Roblox? It was actually at a library. Some kid was playing it. I was like, what the heck is this? And they were playing some like zombie game or something, and it was like really fun to watch. How I kind of got introduced to it. But thank you, Dead of Right, for the question. Yeah, it's so weird looking back at that. We got RickTow_blocks 2421 asking, for you, what or who was the best thing that happened to you this year? This is such a really sweet question, actually. Thank you, RickTow, for this. Like, you guys are so wholesome. I mean, this summer was like the best thing that happened to me, honestly. Like, I was able, so if you guys want some context, like 2023, the start of 2023 was so bad. It was so bad. It was just bad and bad and bad, and like I needed the summer to really take things off of my chest, and it really did that for me. Like the summer was so fun, man, like doing the CTF tournament without stressing about anything, or of course the best thing that happened to me, I would say, is like my internship. I was able to work full time and, you know, like commute and just be just adult, I guess you could say. So it was really nice to be able to like work at an internship and be able to do things with my life, and, you know, drive around and just be a person, you know, like it was really fun. I would say the summer was the best thing though. We got Lance, thank you for the question. We got Lance Cetra 4387 asking, what game do you rarely play? I mean, I'd say Speedrun 4. Honestly, I'm gonna go there. I rarely play that game anymore. I used to play all the time, but like I don't play it anymore. Nothing. No offense to Speedrun 4, of course. It's just I rarely play it. We got Brandon Crawley 30. Thank you for the question though. Brandon Crawley 3610 or 3610 asking, hey War, I couldn't think of a good question, but hopefully this will work. Do you think the ray gun should be removed from killer mode? I'm gonna use this question as like a basis for killer mode questions because there's so many killer mode questions. I feel like I can summarize this. I think the ray gun should absolutely be like, if it can't be removed, it should be nerfed. But also there are other guns too that are a problem. There's the SVD, there's the op. I love the op. Obviously, I'll talk about that later. But like, yeah, pretty much I would say killer mode needs some huge balancing. Either the ray gun needs to be more difficult to obtain or remove VIP. Like, I feel like a lot of the game passes make it so difficult for killers to actually get kills on the people. Like, it just makes it really easy. Now, are they immune to anything? Absolutely not, that you can get them. But the thing is like in killer mode, whenever you get a kill on like a person with like a PAP gun, like you're taking out a PAP user, you're actually making the game easier for yourself. But like when you kill a VIP person with a ray gun in the spawn, you know you're dead after they come back. You know what I mean? Like you just barely survived on red health. You took them out. They're coming back and they're killing you with a ray gun. You know what I mean? So it's like right now there's a game pass problem where, or I guess you could say, yeah, there's a user problem where the game passes make it really easy for survivors to win, but without game passes you can easily camp. So it's like Homer, it's gonna be really tough for Homer to balance killer mode because it's such a weird like situation. I feel like people don't realize that killer mode's gonna be tough. I think killers could absolutely get a speed boost. It's just that like when killers get a speed boost, like they're gonna have a better time catching up to people without game passes than with. You know what I mean? I think the game passes are the main issue. If he ever wants it to be balanced, he's going to have to figure out something where the game passes don't destroy or give players a huge advantage, if that makes sense. So I think the main thing he needs to do is nerf game passes and nerf some guns maybe, but the game passes are really the big problem for me. I found a asylum with items asking, what did you think of Kraken when it came out? I think it was an amazing boss when it came out. I was very hyped for Kraken. A lot of people were. That's like one of my most viewed SAKTK videos is like the Kraken coming out. Very hyped killer. I love it. I think that like the Kraken's a little annoying now. But like back then, it was like the greatest thing ever. The only reason is that he's annoying is because I can't figure out how to dodge his tentacle attack. That's the only reason. But thank you so much. I found we got Glitchy Bolts or Bio asking if you could make any killer you wanted, what would you make? I would make Guess 666, hands down, no bias. Come on, guys, there's no bias. Totally. I mean, I totally want him to be in the game just because it'd be funny. I know he'd probably act like robot or something with the lasers or whatever the hell, but like, come on, he'd be so fun. Like, I totally want to see it. I feel like it's like some like lore that like could easily be implemented. I know that Homer wants original ideas now, but still, you know, I would love to see that. We have Jake is Cool asking, when did you start playing SAKTK? Now SAKTK, I'm just kidding. I started playing in 2016. I don't know if I played in 2015 as a guest or not. I'm not 100%. I don't really know the specifics, but I know I started and got badges in 2016, like early 2016. So yeah, I was like, I was pretty young when I first started. But thank you, Jake, for the question. We got Killer12359 asking, hey, it me, Killer. My question is, why did you pick your avatar like a guest? And I picked my avatar as a guest because back then guests couldn't talk, and I think the whole thing was that like, oh, I could talk and I wanted to blend in with them. I don't know the specifics. I think I also just like gravitated toward the avatar in general. It was a lot of fun to fake being a guest on like murder games and stuff. And like that's kind of how it happened. And of course guests got removed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to dedicate to them now because they're gone. And so yeah, that's kind of how it happened, I'd say. I mainly did it because I like to dress up as like noobs and stuff, so it make my skill level look worse, which honestly is like the most goated thing I ever did growing up. But like, yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. And then I realized that, oh, I can actually make my whole character based on it, which is honestly better. But thank you, Killer. We got Luke Barra, or Luca Y Barra, asking, what's your favorite killer in SAKTK? And it is the alien. I love the alien. I've always loved the alien. The main reason is because back then, you know, his spit ability was like one of the most OP things in the game for ambushing. And now he can literally take guns away from people. Like, he is just one of the best ambush killers. He's so fun to ambush with. And his spawn is so close as well. I just love using him in killer mode, I guess you could say, is like my main reason why I love Alien. And also it's like more unique, you know, it's not just like some like random killer from a movie, like it's just like an alien, you know, like also kind of like a icon of SAKTK too. Thank you for the question though. We got 150 Nuts channel asking, what is your worst killer that you play with? Or for you to play with? I would say Rake or Sonic. I mean, Rake is just really unfortunately bad. I'm not good at him, but I don't think anyone is. Sonic, I'm just bad with because, like, literally, he takes no damage on killers. And if there's someone with any sort of weapon that like is a ray gun or explosive or a sniper, you're done. I'd say totally. Getting kills with those killers is really tough for me. We got Sylvia Pascual asking, how did you come up with your name? This is a really cool question because I have had some people ask this. If you want the full story, it was just me more of being a funny person, a funny little kid being like, oh my god, worship sank. I can't believe this. Pretty much. That was like the whole thing. It was basically a joke name. We got Worthy Gibbon asking, if you could add one game mode, what would you make? And this is an interesting question. I really want to see an old nostalgic SAKTK mode. 100%. I want to be able to play old SAKTK, because old SAKTK was not as easy as it is currently. And I totally have so many video ideas for like nostalgic SAKTK. It's just like I really want to see nostalgic SAKTK so bad. So I would totally make a mode for that if I could. Also infection mode, obviously, for obvious reasons. I want to see it. I want to see infection mode so bad. But if you wanted my own creative one, nostalgia mode, of course infection mode if you really want me to have if I want content or something, you know what I mean? But really good question. What are they given? We got Sleepy Eric asking, what's your favorite pack-a-punch weapon in SAKTK? I would say the PAP M1911. And I know you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, cringe. It just explodes everything, and it totally does. But I love shooting it down like long halls. It's just a lot. It's just, I don't know. I love like messing with it. I love going to the the ammo room and just spamming it, and just you can't get in. Like you're done. Like I also love how the fact it lags people, which is kind of mean because like I used to lag all the time. But like very ironic. But yeah, that's kind of why I love it. Also, it's one of the best pack-a-punch guns back in the day. But thank you for the question. We got good work in progress 2382. We got what killer in your opinion became more annoying when it got new powers? Sonic. Sonic is so obnoxious to kill. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't tell you enough. Like, if it's Juggernaut mode, bam, he is fully across the map and he didn't do anything but just ran. Like, he's just only good at running right now. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Like, also Tails Doll is really annoying too, but like that's just because it was small hitbox and of course the thing. But I would totally say Sonic annoys me more than Tails Doll right now. I'm not gonna lie. We got TV asking, if Roblox SAKTK 1 game has never existed, if SAKTK never existed, which Roblox game or what other video game would I do? I'd probably be doing MM2 right now. I'd be doing a lot of MM2 content because that was originally what I started YouTube for. So I'd probably be going off of that or some other game too. I mean, I know MM2 Piggy. I'd probably be a Piggy nerd still without SAKTK. I'm not gonna lie, but of course Piggy kind of died. But thank you for the question. We got Pumpkin Gaming asking, can you tell us your everyday life? I actually want to know. I think I'll give you my busiest day of the week, but my schedule does differ depending on the day of the week. So I usually let's give you like the worst day, which is today, which was a great day, but I get up at around I maybe get up around like I'll be nice. I'll get up like at maybe 7:10ish. And then I will go brush my teeth and get ready, and then I will go to class at 8 in the morning, which isn't that late for like most kids, but like for me as a college student, it is freaking awful. I hate 8 a.m. classes. I hate them with a passion. So I go to class for like I think like an hour and 20 minutes, and then I start another class at 9:30. So it's like back-to-back classes, and that goes until 11ish. So I wake up and I eat breakfast. Also, I eat breakfast before class 2. So I eat breakfast. I go to those 2 classes. I'm out at 11. And then after 11, I am eating lunch. Usually I eat lunch pretty early. I'll probably eat with a friend because we usually both get out at the same time. And then of course I'll probably be studying for my outside class because then I have a lab outside. where we go outside and we like do tree stuff. So I'm a big environmental like science person. No one asked what my major was, shockingly, but I'll just tell you, I'm a big environmental like person. So I have a few outside labs and stuff, and we'll be outside just like for hours. And for me, it's fun. I know that's like crazy to hear that, like, like me as like a YouTuber loves going outside, but like it is totally true for me. I love it so much. I can't stand being in a class for hours on end. Like, it just hurts. Like, I can stand being outside for hours. It's actually fun being outside for hours, but like being indoors for hours on end, being bored out of your mind, I can't do it. Of course, I love a lot of my classes right now. But yeah, thank you so much. That's kind of my everyday life. Of course, I'll have dinner after, probably with friends, depending on the day. I sometimes have to go print at the library, so I have my assignment printed, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really cool. Like, it doesn't sound like much, but like, obviously I do a lot of homework too, so it's not like, I'll probably spend like the end part of the day, like maybe if I'm nice, like 9 p.m. past that to work on assignments like tomorrow. But yeah, no, pretty much. Thank you so much for the question. Crooys 117 asking, what type of content will you make in the future? I don't really know. It's probably be somewhat similar to the content now, but I really want to do commentary. I want to be able to like talk more than just game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really good at making guides. I like have gotten so much better at it over the years, but I totally want to commentate more on like actual not opinionated stuff, but like also like environmental stuff. I've been really debating like doing some environmental kind of stuff too for content, which would kind of be interesting. Like, I would totally be down to do it. I don't know if I do it on this channel. Like, you guys can let me know if you want me to educate you. But like, it'd be really cool to like make other content. Of course, this would probably be after 100K, especially since it'd be IRL content. But I'd be totally down to like make something like that I'm actually really passionate about. Because sure, SAKTK's fun and all, but like for me, I have so much more passion for some other stuff too. And I think not many of you guys really knew, which is kind of cool to talk about this Q&A. We got Jan Sick, thank you for the question. We got Jan Sick asking, are you play more on the JD channel? I do plan on playing more. I try to play as much as possible, but unfortunately my schedule gets in the way a lot. But thank you, Jan Sick. Yeah, I plan on continuing joining JD videos. They're a lot of fun. I love them. JD's always a blast. We got Bull_23K. What's your favorite gun in SAKTK? I'm shocked this one didn't come up sooner. The op is my favorite gun. I love the the one-shot mentality of the op. It's so much more satisfying to kill killers with it because like it's harder to aim with, and I love the challenge of actually learning that gun. I was so good with it on mobile, really good with it on mobile, and I switched to PC. I was like, oh my gosh, this is much more difficult. And I'm slowly getting better and better with the op. But I'd say the op because there's a skill barrier to that gun, and also it's just more satisfying to get kills with it. So yeah, that's probably my answer. Thank you, Bull_23K. We got Carlito. What is a quote you like so much that you will apply it? You apply it to yourself. This one's an interesting question. I think my go-to, like my favorite quote was from a long time ago, and I will say I cheated on this one because like I knew this one was coming. I knew this specific question was coming. But one of my favorite quotes from like at least from a while ago, and like to like keep myself knowing and like to stay strong mentally. Pay no attention to toxic words. What people say is often a reflection of themselves, not you, by Christian Bologa. I don't know that guy specifically, but I love this quote because like a lot of the toxicity you see and a lot of toxicity I've noticed usually is like a self-reflection of the people who are being toxic. And I've seen this in my own personal life too, where people who say someone acts a way is actually acting that way. It's just a very ironic quote. I would say I apply that to myself, how I listen to the quote, I guess you could say. Like, I try not to listen to negativity. Sometimes it gets to me. Sometimes, at a bubble bursts, but, most of the time, I'm pretty good. That was a favorite quote of mine a couple years ago. We got Tarush Rana 5693 asking, if you could have a mystery badge / event, what would it be? And what would be the requirements? Keep growing, brother. Thank you. Tashrud. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. But if I were to make a mystery event, well, you kind of just saw it, didn't we? With the potions, I wanted to have a bunch of killers in a mansion, and you had to hunt for potions. That was my mystery event, like finding all the potion spawns. But if I would have a mystery badge, ooh, this is so cool. I would totally be down to have some sort of Easter like event where like you have to hunt for eggs in SAKTK. I want it so bad. Or hunt for gifts. Like obviously, I can't say anything about Christmas or anything, but of course for Easter, when I want to see an Easter event where like there's hidden eggs and there's hidden meanings to them. Oh, I want to see that so bad on SAKTK. Which two killers do you think are criminally underrated but are super OP if used correctly? So two killers I think are really just underrated. This is an interesting question. I think Jack is very underrated right now. He can damage. He can do some heavy damage, as bad as Wendigo if you're not paying attention. Obviously, he's easier to shoot, but like he's a good like killer to guard the Pack-a-Punch now, I'd say. At least he can't take down PAP users that well, but like I think if he's used correctly, he's a good underrated killer right now. Another underrated killer, I mean, I would say Chucky, but Chucky I've been seeing get used more and more, so I wouldn't say Chucky. I think Robot is an underrated killer. Like, the lasers do damage, dude. If all those doors are open, he's so good across the map, because he's a good ranged killer. I would say the Robot's good if you're able to run away in time before they catch you. But, like, Robot, yeah. He also said Robot, too, on this, actually, and he said Smile Dog, so I guess we got along on the Robot one. Smile Dog, I've never been good with Smile Dog, but Dakiraz Madze asking, or 8649 asking, do you, Ashcat, and other SAKTK creators know each other? I'm talking like Met IRL, or like chill with them in VC, and is there a plan for collab? I know there's a few questions in here, but I don't care if it's cheating. So any SAKTK content creators, I do not know IRL. Now, I do talk to Ash and Blaze, like, pretty common. When I say pretty common, like, usually daily, if not, like, every 2 days. So we're pretty active, actually. I think, I've been slowly, like, 'cause, Ash and I, we kind of had some clashes earlier this year, but, I'd say we've really, gotten along better, and I think it was more of miscommunication at that rate anyway. I haven't really met any of them IRL though, I would say. And do I VC with them? I mean, the only person I'll VC with out of the bunch is Blaze, but we don't really VC that often. Mainly because I don't VC that often. But we do talk a lot. Any other SAKTK creators I probably don't hang out with. Unfortunately, unless there's like some smaller content creators like Torchy or whatever. Just putting some names out there, or Rustlin. I do talk to Rustlin a bit too, actually. That's true too. But there's a few others. I know some of you guys are probably mad. Like, I can't believe you didn't mention me. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't have you at the top of my head right now. But thank you for the question. We got user asking, do you own a watermelon cooler? Now, if you guys don't know where this question's coming from, it was a huge like joke Ash made in his like recent video where he randomly did a Q&A. They did a random Q&A. Sorry about that. I'm so bad. But it was just a random like question they put up, and now I've gotten it all over my Q&A. Thanks, Ash. I'm kidding. Don't worry, Ash. That's all good. We get Sega asking, what is a best SAKTK update idea you were thinking in your mind? This is a cool question because this is just asking for an idea like I would love to bring to SAKTK. As I have been an advocate for turrets in SAKTK for a long time. I really want to see like a room where there's a turret in the middle and there's like cover all around the room, but you can't go in the middle because the turret will get you. I think it'd be really cool. Also, if you could take out the turret, maybe quote unquote stun the turret. Probably not realistic, but SAKTK isn't realistic. Stun the turret and then be able to like place your own gun on it, and then that turret actually could be used by you, which would be really cool. That's kind of a concept I really want to see. That's been something I've wanted to see for a while now, but like a turret or something like that initially isn't good, but you can make it good. That'd be really cool. So thank you, Sega, for the question. We got Switch the S. I think this is Seeb from the profile picture. Will you be doing more challenges, more seasonal challenges on stream? I really enjoy them. I don't know if this is Seeb, actually. But switch the S. I'll just say switch the S. Our alt. Maybe a C. Who knows? He might be a sneaky guy. I do plan on doing more challenges, seasonal challenges for sure. If there's any new builds like the mansion, that's really cool. Challenge wise, it really depends on how much help I get scripting and stuff like that. Because I'm only so good when I modify stuff. Like the evil floppa one was just me taking the FNAF like model and making it a weld of a floppa block. So like I do my best, but it really depends on, like, I really want to do more challenges though. I do plan on it. So yeah, thank you, switch the S, for the question. We got Randomizer asking who has the most potential in CTF. If you guys didn't know, CTF is like a game I made, and so like I host tournaments on it. You actually may have seen like season 2 finale as a video. That was like my tournament, and it was like a fun finale. It's like one of the best seasons we had in a long time. And a person with a lot of potential, I mean, I feel like everyone has a lot of potential in CTF. I know it's like such a generic, boring answer. I know Randomizer, also thanks Randomizer for the question. I know Randomizer's asking, Randomizer actually won the last tournament, which was awesome to see. But who has the most potential right now? I don't know if this is a little biased. This might be a little biased, but I would have to say I'm really excited for when Rosie comes back to CTF, because Rosie is getting better at CTF. I feel like she has a lot of potential. I think like people view her as not the greatest player, but I think she has a lot of potential. I will say though, there's a lot of people who have a lot of potential. What content did you make before SAKTK? So, and how long ago did you join YouTube? Okay, so he did ask 2 questions, but I did heart this. Because he was like, only answer one of them. So he was aware of the rules. So I'll give him a pass. I think what I'll do is, because what did you make content before SAKTK? I think you can self-explanatorily answer that. Like, oh, MM2, wow, other random games. Like, pretty much. But like for the other one, I don't actually have any older channels than this one. So this is the first like channel I ever made. So that's kind of like the answer I wanted to give, is that this was, the first channel I made. So thank you for that question. Not British. I'm going to look for the next one. A Plata Newbie asking, what did you think when weapons got new locations, such as the ray gun being easier to obtain? I was so upset when the ray gun got moved. I'm not even going to lie. I should have made an opinion video on it. I was so upset when the obby got removed, because the ray gun being placed in the middle of the map makes it so much more accessible. Even though there's zombies there that can guard it, you just need like one gun or something, and an energy drink. You just need an energy drink. Let's be real. You just need an energy drink to get it. So I was really sad about the change. I think that it removes some of the challenge, and I think it needs to have a challenge. So that's my personal thought on it. Thank you, Plata Newbie, for that. We got Shards asking, I don't really know much of the game. What was the most popular person that has been in any of your vids? I'd say the most popular person that has been in my videos is, you could say JD, because like I did like a 1v1 duels with them with their permission. They were fine with it. But someone that I collabed with was Dragon Platinum. That was such a fun collaboration back in the day. It was a couple years ago, and like Dragon Platinum has just skyrocketed in growth. I couldn't be more proud. He's like one of the most deserving creators of that growth. I'm not even gonna lie, I watched him so long ago. I was like one of his biggest fans, and I got to collaborate with him, and then I saw him like grow, and it was just like literally like the biggest win ever. So I'd say Dragon Platinum's the biggest person I like collaborate with, and he's such an awesome guy. So White Queen King is asking, what killer would you delete? Well, this is an interesting one. I mean, I could say an annoying killer, or I could say Slenderman. I'm kidding. I'm joking. If I would delete a killer, I would probably, I mean, I love Jane, but like, I would want Jane deleted from killer mode, okay? Like, is that okay if I bend that question that way? I want Jane out of killer mode. If I had to delete like an actual killer that like was really useless, if I were to take a killer out, I feel like the one that just doesn't come to mind is like that I don't think of is like Jack Torrance. I know that's mean. I know he's a cool ability, but like, he just, I don't know, like he looks like a Lego killer, okay? Lego character. That's the main reason I would do it, okay? So that's what I'm gonna base my opinion off of. We got Myrasia Fatinke. I shouldn't say stuff like that because I'm gonna get like ruined. 8564 asking, you choose pumpkin or Landmine? Landmine, guys. Okay, I'm kidding. I like the pumpkin bomb a lot just because it's a stun weapon. Landmine though is more OP, so I would say pumpkin bomb because like it's just funny, like throwing it at people. We got also because I helped make it. I'm biased. Anyway, we got Call Me Vixie asking, Worship, who's your favorite YouTuber? This is a good question. I'd say it changes depending on the thing, depending on what time of the year or whatever the heck I'm watching. There's a lot of good YouTubers out there, but I would totally say the person that you'll catch me watching the most right now, like person that does gaming, like I mean I love JD. JD's been like an all-time favorite obviously, but like currently, like I would say JD, by the way. But like someone I'm watching actively, like constantly, I'll watch JD anytime on their videos and stuff, and maybe sometimes some others, but I watch Pipetron a lot, which is like a Town of Salem YouTuber. I play a few games outside of Roblox, so I'll play Town of Salem, sometimes Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a bit though, so don't like cry. But Town of Salem, I'm actually like a big fan of. I love that game so much. So that was probably the YouTuber and like game that I play outside of this the most, I guess you could say. But thank you, Call Me Vixie, for that. We got Mr. Sushi Gamer. What are your opinions on other SAKTK YouTubers? Ashcat Blaze, Torsi, etc. Let's give a bad opinion. I'm kidding. My opinion on other YouTubers, I'm just gonna say this like as a broad like thing. I think everyone creates unique content, and I feel like it's unfair to judge people like, oh my god, their content's low quality than this one, or like compare. I think it's impossible to compare YouTubers, so I'm just gonna say aspects of every like YouTuber I like in this list. We got Ashcat, which I love the commentary, I love the comedy. I think the comedy they bring to SAKTK's really fun. Blaze, I love the energy Blaze brings to SAKTK. I mean, the hype, he's like the most hype like YouTuber out there, you can't even lie. And then Torchy, I like the memes. I mean, like the memes are fun. You can't lie, they're awesome. I think it's Torchy you're trying to say. So like all that list, I'd say those three. I'm gonna include Rustlin. I think Rustlin's awesome with his speedrunning. Like holy moly, dude, Rustlin's insane. So I would say for his content on speedrunning, that's just like a bonus person to add. But thank you, Mr. Sushi Gamer. Aori1 asking, how did you get popular? I'm trying to hit 1K, and I would say, it's luck. I'm kidding. It's not luck. Don't worry. I would say the second I started taking my thumbnails seriously was the second I started getting viewers. I would say I started getting popular off of ranking videos. That was like the main driver back then. So I got my first like 500 from ranking NCS, which wasn't even Roblox. So I actually got popular off of it, off of this platform. And then, of course, I started like doing other games. I started playing games. Well, I would recommend if you're an early channel is to like put your own spin on like your new experiences to games, or pick a game and like try to add something new. Now I know it's so much more difficult to do that when everyone's doing it, and YouTube's getting so competitive. It's really insane. And but thank you, Arrowy. I know it's really tough because like I'm honestly gonna argue that YouTube is easier to get like big in like back then than it is now. I think obviously with shorts though, you could argue that shorts, I'd dive into shorts and try to make people watch your long form content through shorts. But I know shorts can like explode your channel subscriber wise, but it doesn't give you an audience, you know what I mean? So I would totally try to like experiment. I think the best thing you can do is experiment and try to bring your own like thoughts to the table, because the best thing you can do is be yourself. Because if you're not yourself on this platform, it makes it so much more difficult to make videos when you do get big, because you're like, oh my god, I gotta like fake smile or whatever the heck. I'm not saying I do that, by the way. Like I try to be myself as much as I can. I'd say I'm more like energetic when I'm recording than like IRL, but like yeah, that's what I'd say. Be yourself, and try to do topics that obviously get a lot of clicks or whatever. But just try to like establish, do whatever means necessary to establish an audience that is there for you. Don't establish an audience that is there for the game you're doing or whatever you're doing. Remember, it's all about you. You want people there for you, so just keep that in mind. Just YouTube advice. But thank you for the question. We got Tactical Guest 9AA asking, what Game Pass do you recommend getting? VAP non-included because it's so expensive. Killer Choice. Or energy drink. Those are the two best ones. Energy drink is probably the best Survivor Game Pass you could buy. It just makes Juggernaut Mode like 10 times more difficult to kill you if you know what you're doing. And of course, Killer Choice, because it's a make or break like Game Pass. Like if you don't have it, it's hell to be a killer. It's so bad. It shouldn't even be a Game Pass. It should just be given. But Killer Choice is my recommendation, because like SAKTK as a killer is 10 times better when you have Killer Choice. Even though it's only in a couple modes, it's that good in my opinion. It's that much of a difference maker. So Killer Choice, I would say. Thank you for the question, though. Ahmed's asking, there's a good one. Here's a good one. What games do you play outside? Oh, my God, I answered this already because I'm mean. But, yeah, I'd say Town of Salem 2, Town of Salem 1. I used to play a lot, too. Minecraft. I know, Minecraft. I don't play Fortnite. I don't like it, unfortunately. I'm very sorry to say. But, yeah, I'd say those, like, are the main outside of platform games that I'm thinking of. I played a lot of Nintendo games growing up, though, so I played a lot of, like, Mario Kart and stuff, so, like, totally that stuff, too, like, a lot of Nintendo Mario series stuff I did a lot of growing up, so that's another thing, too, I wanted to add. So I guess, even though I answered this a little bit, I'm glad I was able to add something to your question, so thank you for the question. I'm really sorry I answered it earlier, but I hope I got, an extra answer. A bear paw's asking, how long do you want the CTF series to go? And that's such a good question. I don't know. I want it to go as long as it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like I love being able to edit like videos and then being able to go back in time and then watch like a game, be like, oh my gosh, I remember when this player's on this team, when this team fought that team. You know what I mean? It's just so much fun. So thank you. Yeah, I thank you, Bear, for the question. I'm hoping you can host more games. Coming soon, but yeah, no, this is awesome. Sorry if I got quiet there for a second. We got Cheese Rolls asking, what's your favorite thing to do about content creation? And I would say my favorite thing right now, I wouldn't say video editing. I think thumbnail creation is like my favorite thing. I'm not even gonna lie, I actually like making thumbnails, shockingly. Like I love making little icons and pictures and stuff. Now, am I not the greatest at it? Sure. Am I good at it? I'd say so. That's kind of why I'm here. But I'd say making thumbnails is a lot of fun, and also hunting for screenshots and stuff. Like I think that's my favorite part of making the video. Also, seeing people like comment and like talk and like, you know what I mean? That's also my favorite thing too. Like actually having an audience, that is probably the make or break for me. I was just kind of like giving you a dual answer there, but I would say the audience. And of course, like if you're talking about like creating content, I love making thumbnails, to be honest with you. Even though it's like one of the last things I do, like I don't mind it. Like I'll end up like making a thumbnail for 30 minutes or like an hour or more, just casually. Like I sometimes rush my thumbnails. I kind of do. I'm not even gonna lie, but sometimes I'll just get caught up in it. I'm like, oh, I want this to be this and this to be this, and it's just like this whole like maze, I guess you could say. But thank you, Cheese Rolls, for the question. We got Bloxy Nick asking, what was your favorite Roblox event since you started? And congrats for 60K. Thank you so much. I'd say the egg hunt of 2017 was just such a magical egg hunt for me. It was one of the nicest events I ever played. It's so nostalgic. I literally like it better than 2018's egg hunt, even though 2018 was great too. I think what I loved about the 2017 one is it had a more classical like build style, and all the worlds and the music and just everything came together so much. I really loved egg hunt 2017. We got Lisa312 asking, do you miss the Invincibility Star? Now, I miss being able to run down halls without thinking. Like I miss just running into NPCs or like clearing the spawn with it. I'm not even gonna lie, it was satisfying to do it. Do I miss it in killer mode? I don't. I think it was terrible in killer mode. I think it was even worse than ray gun in killer mode. It was so bad, even though it was one time use, because you hear that noise, you hear that Mario noise coming toward you, you shut all the doors running away because you're dead. If it's so bad, it's really bad, because it would insta kill, and then Homer like nerfed it to make it like do segments of damage, which didn't do anything because they're fast. And yeah, it was just, I don't miss it. Like in killer mode, I miss being able to run down halls and stuff, but like I miss being able to use it, I guess you could say, but I don't miss it being in the game because it kind of ruined the game and made it easy. So it's kind of a dual answer. I kind of miss it, I kind of don't, I guess you could say. We got Nikitao asking, what do you think? Is M1911 actually good in Juggernaut mode? I think it is. I think the M1911 by itself, you can die as a Juggernaut by itself. Now, I know it's not as good as the other guns, but I would say it's a solid starter weapon. And like I think it's better than the crossbow, for sure. So yeah, I would say it's good, but if it's like a 1v1 scenario, you're done. Like it's not that good. You know what I mean? It's a solid weapon. A question by Hydralisk here, 2303, who's asking, are you and Bret still friends? Now, if you didn't notice, I'm trying to like avoid talking about them, but I know you guys really want some like clarification and stuff, so you know, I feel like the drama is all enough. But yeah, we had drama like how long ago? I mean, I think it was like 6 months ago now, which is kind of crazy. It's been that long now. But yeah, no, like 6 months ago we had some drama, and guys, like I think kind of the message I want to send out here is that, you know, we don't get along anymore or anything like that, like and stuff like that. But like I feel like you guys gotta not gotta realize, because I think people do, but it's like just remember that like throughout your life you're gonna have to move on from people. And like it's a sad thing to say, actually. It's like, you know, actually, you know, all of your friends are gone. I'm just kidding, no, not all your friends, but like, you know, like, hey, you know, like sometimes like people you thought you could like put some trust into, like actually don't turn out to be the people you should be able to put trust into, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that for this specific case or anything. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes people clash, and, you know, I feel like that's a part of life. I mean, like at this rate, I've gotten over it. Like I don't really like care that much about that stuff anymore. It's just more of like, I want to like try to keep my messaging as low as possible with this, because I'm afraid of like getting like blown up at and stuff for like saying anything. I'm sorry like to say that to you guys. I know I want to be as clear and transparent as possible, but we started to not get along. I'd say the start of 2023, just like kind of like we saw things kind of like disintegrate as time went on. I'd say there was a lot of miscommunication stuff going on too, and like we never really found a way to communicate, and like things boiled over really bad. And you know, obviously for me, it's like I had such a trash start to 2023. Not even just with that, obviously, like putting that aside, I had so much going on in my back life that I was just like, this on top of it was just like, it kind of like boiled over, and like, you know, a lot of that like anger and like upsetness of like stuff going on even in my personal life kind of boiled over into that kind of stuff, I guess you could say. Would I say that we both could have handled stuff better? Absolutely. And I feel like that's kind of like how drama goes, though. Like people are gonna do things that you don't want to do. Like, you know, for me, I never like to like, you know, talk negatively or anything like that typically. Of course sometimes, you know, your anger or, you know, just stuff going on in your back life gets the best of you, and that kind of like throws a jumble. And I'm saying that not only for me, but probably for them too. And so, you know, like just at the end of the day though, like it's just like drama, online drama that like has like faded away at this rate. And so are we still friends? No. Is that gonna continue? I don't know. But I mean, like, do I think it's gonna continue? Maybe. It's just kind of like one of those things where you're like, at this rate, like, it's like, I guess you could say at this rate, I just want to focus on stuff that like doesn't like destroy like my mood, and that's why like I don't mind talking about this to you guys, because like I'd rather talk about this now than like have it like commented like a billion times. Thank you though, Hydralisk, for the question though. I really appreciate this, because, you know, just asking this is a good opportunity to ask this. So hopefully more people see that, hey, they're not friends anymore. Let's like try to like keep them, away or whatever the heck. I mean, I don't really care that much if you guys mention them. It's just more of like them thing. I don't want, you guys to like, get in the way, or, them being upset because they're being mentioned. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like my whole thing with it, is that just be careful. But thank you, Hydralisk. Here we go. Angel Diaz. Who helped you make YouTube videos, and who made you become a better YouTuber? I would say not Scott. If you guys don't know him, he is like an old-time friend of mine, like from like 2017 at this rate, which is like, dude, that was like 7 years ago. We've known each other for a long time. But what happened was, it was 2019-ish, and like, they were doing YouTube. They were getting better at editing. They just have a YouTuber mind. Like they're so creative and like amazing. And like, they were like, hey, they just started, because I, giving you some context, I just recorded, wouldn't edit, and like wouldn't do anything. And they were like, hey, you should like focus on this a little bit. Like, you should probably make a thumbnail, or you should do this. They helped push me quite a bit, actually, which was like awesome to see. So that's kind of like what I would say, is that like they were really helpful, because they were able to like push me out of my bounds and kind of like be like, oh, you could actually do this and you'll do better. And just, it was really nice. I'd say they made me like a much better YouTuber in general. He's just like the big brain that like spawned me, basically. But thank you, Angel Diaz, for the question. We got Woman next for the next question. What's your favorite horror movie or Christmas movie? This one's really tough because I don't really watch a lot of movies, but like one that comes to mind, I don't know if this is like generic or whatever. I don't watch movies enough, but like Home Alone back then, man, like it slaps. Like it was such a good movie back then. Like one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. So I'm just gonna mention that. I'm not gonna say it's like the best movie or anything like that. I just got, the one that comes to mind, I guess you could say. But thank you for the question, though. We got It's Aaliyah asking, why don't you put your joins on when your fans can join? You'll mainly see that because I'm like playing like a game where, like SAKTK, for instance. I play killer mode sometimes as the killer only, and so I'll have fans join as survivors and ray gun spam, and I'll just never get a kill, and then I'll leave, or they'll start spamming me with questions like it's a Q&A like this video, and it just gets bad. So that's why my fans joins off recently, just mainly because so much attention comes to mind, I guess you could say. It's unavoidable when I play SAKTK, but just when I want to like have time myself and just kind of chill out, sometimes I need that space, and that's kind of why. But usually I try to keep it on. Usually I just forget to turn it back on too. But yeah, no, thank you for the question. We got Lemon Cough Drop asking, do you think the checkpoint/camping spots should be removed from Endless Survival? Now, I don't know if they should, because you could technically say it is like, like you're not endlessly surviving if the killers can't even find you. You know what I mean? Like you are surviving, I guess you could say. It's just kind of like, it's not constant. It's not like, there's no pause. It's not endless. Like it says, like it can end if you just go behind the mystery box. I think they should stay. I think the checkpoint one can go. I think he should add AI to go in the checkpoint, but I think the mystery box one's a fire one, especially since it can disappear if you misjudge your unboxing skills. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Lemon Cough Drop. We got Dragon Lord asking, how long do you take to build? This is a cool question. For me, it can take hours to build stuff. Now, I do build really quickly, especially when I'm motivated and I have music, or I'm in a VC and we're just going. I will say, like, when HT Bick and I were in a call and we were just trying to build a mansion, like, we were building pretty quick. We do stuff fast, I would say. And I think that's awesome. Like, I love making layouts, and they love doing models, and it's just like it clicks. Everything clicks. It's so nice. So I'd say, like, me with other people, we build fast. If it's me by myself, it takes a little bit, but it's not that bad. We got CTF All-Stars. What's your opinion on the 2 million kill event leaks? I think they're awesome. I think that it's going to be really different, especially since the building styles, not SAKTK related. It doesn't really follow build rules. But I'm very hype, obviously. I totally don't have spoilers and, like, am not faking a reaction. I'm just kidding. Sorry if you guys, didn't get all the questions asked. I tried answering as much as possible that like made sense in the video, and I wanted to be as clarified as possible with like some of the stuff like, oh my gosh, what's your life like? So yeah, no guys, I really appreciate this Q&A. I hope you guys like got a little more out of this. Like I hope you learned a little bit about me and kind of like who I am, because I don't get to talk about me a lot recently, or a lot, but like let me know in the comments, do you want to see more of just me spewing information? Because like I kind of have fun with it, and that's kind of why I want to do commentary in the future and stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more and like the video to show support. I hope to see you in the next one.